Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time... Well, let's not talk about what happened last time. Besides the fact that we got the, Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center thought, and it turns out it's fucking incredible! Arguably better than the actual art degree. More of a penalty, but look at that bonus. If I can get even just a few encyclopedia passives per episode, I am never going to have to worry about money ever again. God damn, that's such a massive increase to the economy. Unless I'm soon going to be getting lots of cash. A big wine canister is open and empty. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Smell that. Oh.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful. Cover your nose.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
What, that guy? I guess he looks vaguely dead.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Wait, there was another thing. Where was the, yeah, here we go. Oh, shit. Careful there. These floorboards look rotten and weak. Yeah, no shit.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been using the bag to pick up tear to get extra cash, although I guess I probably won't need it now.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
I'm not really convinced there was even like a even remotely half decent way of getting money, which is probably part of some sort of societal commentary or something, but whatever.
No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
I'm unhygienic.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. What, the bottles?
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Boy. You think that's bad? You should have seen me a couple of days ago.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Gee, I wonder who tossed. Red Astra, huh?
Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
Good to see you again, Encyclopedia. Very good to see you. I guess the other one also has the benefit of, like, healing me, but... healing is not nearly as versatile, because you can't store it up, unlike the money. So it could come when you're already at full, like pretty much every activation of it has so far. Anyway, not really had much issues with taking damage in this game anyway. Probably because I always succeed everything I do. Don't bother checking whether that's true. Trust.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
Okay, probably not mine then.
It's hard to concentrate in the smell.
What the
The
fuck is
sea air
that?
brings some relief.
Who the fuck is honking at me? This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Okay. I won't ask how you know that. Hello, dead
A
man.
man lies on the boardwalk. his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
The bottle is empty of spirits, just like his body. Working class corpse. That sounds like the name of a experimental film, or maybe an indie rock band.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
So it's probably not 2 weeks old then. Good to know.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer.
He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket.
We need to investigate.
So he was definitely still alive when I woke up then. That's not very helpful to know, since I couldn't exactly have gotten here until now, but...
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself.
Indeed.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Same as yesterday, eh? Alright.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom-made.
Well, he definitely seems to be all the way dead, not just mostly dead, so let's go through his pockets for loose change.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Library card? Is there a library around here? Closest thing to that I can think of is the bookshop. Bit of a tenuous link there, but I guess we can look around the bookshop again, see if anyone there knows him.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Indeed.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
So we're probably not looking at a murder here then. Not unless it was an elaborate one. Was the crack in the boardwalk here to begin with? Or did a board snap under his foot? Or even just shift under his foot, even. Either way, probably just an unfortunate accident brought on by walking around this disrepaired dock, inebriated, probably at night when it's dark. It's a hard knock life, eh? Or death in this case.
A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
Yeah. It was a bad idea to come here then. But that's what alcohol will do to you, eh?
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze.
Oh yeah, plus these boards have got to be real fucking slippery. Out here, over the ocean, with how much it's rained and snowed lately. Poor guy.
Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years.
Older than me, isn't that? What a geezer.
He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all.
Yeah? I'd say most people are.
He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well.
Chewing gum? Does it? I'll take your word for it.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Poetic way to put it, I suppose.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just this one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Fatal, huh? Let's see. Step on the floorboards. Test our theory about whether or not the hole already was there. Why not? Doesn't really change much, but we might as well check.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Plausible then.
You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Pardon?
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Yeah, I suppose in that sense it was lucky, but then again, if he had fallen right through, maybe he might have survived. Nah, no point wondering how things could have gone, I suppose. If wishes were fishes, then beggars would ride and all that.
A .75-liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
And this is where electrochemistry demands that I drink the rest.
Tear all around us.
Oh, no. He looks at 2 other bottles forgotten near the coin-operated viewer. Okay then. I guess you can occasionally be good sometimes, electrochemistry.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Spearmint. The superior mint.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Pack is in those little sticks of them, or pack is in like the whole fucking package of little thingamajigs? That seems like an awful lot of gum.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home.
Oh.
The worst thing is,
Right. The lieutenant shudders from the cold.
I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
It was ever thus. Hey, Kim. Not much else we can do, I suppose.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south, the way you came. Well, I guess I did, but...
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
This is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
I think labeling him as an alcoholic is a bit premature. We don't know anything yet. Ah, but I guess that's true. He could have just had one really fucking bad day. Eh?
We do know that he was married.
The lieutenant points at the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and gray. I wonder if I was married. Well, I doubt I am now.
But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here? Eh? I think I've got a pretty good grasp of what of what things probably happened here, but what do you think?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Probably, but then... Well, again, if wishes were fishes, then beggars would ride. Who knows what would have happened? Could it be related to the lynching? Ruby? I mean, maybe. Like I was saying, it could have just been him having one really fucking bad day, and that could be related to the lynching, yes. I mean, if you can call it that. I think that's a rather tenuous idea, but then again, it did happen the same day that I woke up, which is an interesting coincidence, or somewhere around that time anyway. Sure, might as well ask.
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
That seems reasonable. Then again, these are unreasonable times, but perhaps that's all the more reason to be reasonable. Do you think he was drunk? No, clearly not.
Oh yes.
Lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Understandable. What about the kebab? What about the kebab? Where are you going with this?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
What, is logic gonna chime in with some ridiculous conspiracy about kebabs?
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
No. Okay. Fair enough. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk.
Fucking hell. They don't even have the resources to repair a fucking... Goddamn.
Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
He smiles sourly. Indeed.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with them?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me.
Fair enough.
I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better.
You're right. I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
Okay, then. Well, it is somewhat of a divergence, but if this really is just a simple matter of, well, an unfortunate accident, it should be a relatively simple case to resolve. Hopefully. And if not, well, we've got different problems. We found him. We should finish this. At least we can give some closure to to his wife, I suppose.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from Mike and Emma. Let them know we are taking the case.
Alright. Dead body on the boardwalk. Alrighty then. A library card found from a pocket of the dead man on the Martinez boardwalk. It's still slightly damp to the touch. The cover bears the stamp of Jamrock Public Library. So, not around... So it's not a library around here. That does not surprise me in the slightest. You're a long way from Jamrock, eh? Not that long, I guess.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
I'm guessing that he probably didn't steal this, so that's probably his name. Could be a pseudonym, but...
Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Good point.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned.
Stand a little less between me and the sun. Isn't that a Diogenes quote? Or near enough to one, anyway. I don't know if it's an actual real quote, but supposedly something he said to Alexander the Great. I remember I was an avid reader in my youth. Too avid, since we lived quite a distance away from the nearest library, and could only check out so many books. I wound up reading anything that I could get my hands on. All sorts of nonsense. Encyclopedias, religious texts, random rule books for various games. Now, of course, I have more to read than I could possibly... Well, than I possibly could, rather.
Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers, too. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Oh, right, you have a phone in the Kanema. I was thinking, oh, there's a payphone right over there. But I guess we could do that.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
Indeed. Alright. Well, we've got a lead. And looks like we're done with the boardwalk, okay? Unless I'm missing something. Which I probably am. Kind of funny that there's a dead body so close to where that guy's taking his son. That's Revachol for you. There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Okay. I guess that's true. That tends to be how sewers work. Yell, ho! Into the slit. Sure, why not?
There's no echo. And no answer.
Good to know. What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Possibly. Kim, any idea what's down there? Sewage, presumably.
No idea.
He takes his glasses off to polish.
Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think we might find Ruby down there? Possible. It's certainly a hiding spot.
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
In conclusion, She could be under any building.
He puts his glasses back on. But not in there?
I hope not.
Fair enough. The rear tire of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. That's a Noland Vinct Sink, an unsuccessful model. Huh. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revshul. Hopefully. Oh, what the? I never would have noticed that without the highlighting. $1.15, okay. Now that I've got the income from Encyclopedia, that's less exciting, but still. Every little penny counts. Rust-eaten letters read Mazout. I don't know what that means. You should come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. It passes quickly. Huh. Wait, isn't Mazout a type of oil? Yeah. Yeah. It's, I don't remember what language it's in, but it translates to fuel oil. Or something like that. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. There's music? I mean, obviously there's music. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water. You. I'm surprised there's even a reflection, frankly. Oh, no, that's just back to the town. Okay. Wasn't there a thing? Visit apartment 28 sometime after 2100. Okay, so I still got time. Also, didn't he say something? Wait, wasn't it something about, like, coming back there tomorrow in the evening? I don't know why, though. Anyway, I'll check there after 2100 to see if I can do anything today. A school of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark, as they are wont to do. Full of holes, just like my soul. Could the post hide treasure? Look inside. Sure. Or, you know, termites. Before you, a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. Naturally. Well, maybe with that kind of attitude, I bet I could pull something off, but... Oh, money? Yeah. Alcohol. I guess I'll grab it just in case. Money? Surprisingly few termites, but maybe I'm just ignoring those. Magnesium. Less exciting considering I've got all the healing, but... Could be good in a pinch. I don't know why that was yellow instead of green like the others. Ditto for this one. But oh well. A lot of money. Well, for a given value of a lot. Ooh. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. No shit. I think I could have guessed that, actually. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Ah, this must be the church, right. Looks more like a house, but oh well. An altar shrouded in dark. Or something like that. It's too dark to tell. The sign reads, Saint Brune 1147. Hello. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Mazoon, even. Maybe. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. I don't know. Who? These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. What?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Small sand dune, but okay. What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what? These nuts, that's what.
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Fair enough. Okay then. I assume I'm gonna need a sturdy bottle of beer that tastes like piss. Not that you would know how piss tastes like. Just a guess. Label says it's made in Revachol by Lafayette Potent Brewery. Lafayette, huh? Alright.
Old door, worn by...
No? Oh, I thought it was one of those ones where you need the... Maybe if I get both in hand.
An old door, worn by element.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Well, I guess I might as well try.
Old door, worn.
No point in equipping my interfacing stuff, it won't help. But hey, maybe I'll succeed.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
The door's shut tight. How can we get in there?
We don't get in there.
Lieutenant shrugs. What do you mean? We get into, like, everywhere.
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
Never. I will never accept such a ridiculous proposition.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's
Yeah.
what we do. We open doors.
Yeah.
We're cops. That's our perk.
Yeah!
Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
Well, I guess we didn't open that door, but that was intentional. But that's who I am. Who we are.
Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair, and we don't have the resources needed to open it.
Maybe we could rig up something with that chain.
Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
He looks at the door with a rueful smile.
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful would come from this.
I mean, 15 XP and +1 morale already came from this. That's something useful. But yeah, one more door. God damn it. It cannot be! A disgrace! That door on the coast. You remember the one, right? The one that leads to the abandoned supply depot? Why, in the name of all that's holy, does it not open? Why? There has to be a way to get through that unopenable door. By gods, you're the police! All doors are supposed to open before you. What will the others of the precinct think if you can't open a goddamn door? There must be a way. Well, if I had an open thought space, I'd grab that in a heartbeat, but using skill points to remove thoughts seems like a losing proposition. So, I'll pass on that. Wow, this path leads surprisingly far. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tio Motiri. You take a mental note. Tio Motiri. Seems important somehow. I'll take your word for it. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. I'll bet. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. Scented scarf. +1 shivers. -2 physical instrument. Fucking hell. Isn't that the one that... No, that's endurance. Okay. If it was physical instrument, imagine I get it down to 0 and just fucking die from putting on a scented scarf. Fucking hell. +1 shivers, springtime cold, -2 physical instrument. Allergies. I don't exactly have much physical instrument, so I'm not exactly losing much, but goddamn, that does not seem like a winning proposition. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind, probably from a date. Wear it if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. +1 shivers, springtime cold, -2 physical instrument, allergies. Fair enough. Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance, where the posts trail forward. I prefer outlets, frankly. The boardwalk rises to your south. It casts its long shadow over you. Okay, that's all for over here, unless I can shoot that bird. Surprisingly docile, considering how close I'm getting to it. I guess it knows that if I try to jump across, I'd probably just capsize the whole thing and it would... and fall in. Then again... Oh, that's... relying on me being intelligent. Oh, white polo shirt. +1 rhetoric. What's polo anyway? -1 empathy. No, really, what the hell is polo? Good question. Not a wise one. This shirt looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder, who would leave it stuffed in a tear container? What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? This might be one of life's mysteries that will never be solved. Mayhap? Oh, hello. Money under a rock, I guess. Should I go in the church or... Hang on. I think I saw way across here. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. What is... Are those... What even are those? Rocks? Huh. Maybe plates or something. Painted with pastels. Someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. We have to kill that person. That cannot be allowed. And look, here's the person. Probably. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect, if you know what I mean. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Okay.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up.
A pane of what? What the fuck is eternite?
Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The lieutenant adjusts his collar against a cool breeze. I guess.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Okay.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The lieutenant gestures toward the young woman next to the tent. That was a woman? This is someone's home away from home. Just like yours. Oh, hang on, I missed that. I am just rolling in cash all of a sudden. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna end the video here, actually. not feeling so hot all of a sudden. So let's figure out what her deal is next time, then, shall we? Well, shall we, audience? God, you guys never answer me when I'm talking to you. God damn. So rude. Anyway, until next time, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.